Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Alex. Welcome to another episode of the Long 2 NBA podcast. I think this is 31 or 32. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I'm with both Seth and Nathan today.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey, guys. That was bad, but we're going to roll with it.
Just said hey, guys. Don't want to
Keep it going,
Okay.
keep it going. Keep
All
it
right,
going.
all right. Yeah, sorry it's been a while since the last episode, almost like 2 weeks. We've just been really busy and kind of weird weather and stuff has prevented us from recording, but here we are. We got a ton of shit to talk about. It's been a while. So we're going to start with All-Star Weekend, then we'll get into the Pelicans firing their GM and, you know, what Anthony Davis said at All-Star Weekend about, like, all 29 teams being on his radar or whatever. We'll talk about Kyrie and Kevin Durant hanging out all All-Star Weekend and their bromance and what Kyrie has been saying about the media lately. And then we'll talk about, that's really the big things. This stuff is just like little injuries and little signings here and there. All right, so let's start with All-Star Weekend. We can just kind of recap each event and what we thought about them.
We can breeze through it because this All-Star Weekend was kind of trash.
Trash.
It was a little bit.
Trash.
No, okay. I enjoyed the rookie and sophomore game and the actual All-Star game itself. The other three events were kind of
I didn't.
Dunk contest was trash.
Trash, and that's the big event in my opinion.
There was one good dunk, and it was Hamidou Diallo, the dunk over Shaq and the arm
And
in the net.
he still got more leverage off of Shaq. Like,
Yeah, he
it wasn't
pushed off
It
him.
wasn't a clean.
Yeah.
I like John Collins' dunk, the first one.
The first one where he grabbed the backboard,
Yeah.
I like that one too.
I think it's underrated.
I think he got robbed on that when he grabbed the backboard and kind of like wrap around the rim to stuff it. That was tough.
Also, like the judges.
Yeah, the judges
Yeah.
they didn't know what they were doing.
they just stopped.
Not that it was women. If people say
Oh,
that,
come on.
you're dumb.
I didn't even
it's
think that.
just I don't know, the coaching. The I can't think of the word. The judge.
The judging.
God, I can't speak. But the judges were, I don't know, they were just giving weird scores.
Weird scores.
See, here's the thing.
Right,
if
it would
you-
be like, that was all right, and then be like, oh, it's a 48? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
they try to do something new with the judges every year. Like one year they had a bunch of celebrities. This time I don't even know, they had
Let's
some
get
like
celebrities.
they had former like players and stuff, but
Yeah, stop doing that. You know.
I don't know. If you ask me, they need to have like actual players in the NBA judge like who are dunkers to judge it. Like Vince Carter should have been a judge. You know?
I like that idea
Like
a lot
Vince,
better.
Dominique.
Yeah, Dominique Wilkins should have been a
You
judge.
know-
Like actual, like maybe even if you can get Dr. J on the panel or something.
That'd be cool.
Just like have actual
I think they
former
have before.
players or current players. Yeah, I think they did a couple years ago. But anyway, I mean, it was all right.
Is Sean Kemp still alive?
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I know he's not in great shape, but is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive, as far as I know. But
he
to-
is big. Yeah, I saw that.
To fix the dunk contest, stars need to be in it. Like you need to get Joel Embiid,
Right,
and, like,
and that's the thing. It was like
Giannis and
immediately
Donovan
after
Mitchell.
on Twitter, like people were like, "Y'all want to see?
yeah,
We want to see Aaron Gordon again. We want to see Zach LaVine
Levine.
again."
I think next year they're gonna have Zach Levine,
Aaron
Aaron Gordon,
Giannis
Giannis,
said
and
he might
Donovan
do it.
Mitchell. I think if that's
that will be fire.
You know how
That
many
shit
people
will
would
be
watch
so
that?
amazing. I don't care if the dunks like don't go in or if it's kind of medium. Just seeing
just
those
seeing the
guys like,
actual
compete,
complexity of the dunks, like the creativeness.
right?
and
Like
shit.
what can Giannis do? I'm scared.
Right.
You know what? That's the thing. I'd like to see more creative dunks than pure athleticism.
Yeah.
Because Diallo's.
Jumping over things is cool, but like, it gets kind of boring.
Yeah, I want to see.
Especially when you launch
something.
off the person's back or whatever. Like I remember last year Dennis Smith did a behind the back 360 slam, and that didn't win the contest. But
Well, he tried to do that this contest and he kept breaking it.
yeah, you shouldn't. That's the other thing. I don't want to see them fail the dunk 5 times in a row. Like
Right.
just and it not count as an attempt. Like if they jump, it should count.
They might just do away with it if it keeps getting. as
They
bad
just
as
need to put stars in it, and that would make it a lot more fun.
Bingo.
Put incentives like
I'm sure there is. Do they get a bonus for winning the contest?
They get some kind of no,
No,
'cause
but
I think
something
that's just for the All-Star
significant.
game.
Something
Okay.
significant though.
Make it mean something.
Yeah, make it like something for charity or
Right,
like
yeah.
whatever your choice of charity is.
Right. I hate to say it, but I don't know if charity is enough for players to go out and play their heart out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like, what's
as sad
chari-
as that is.
As sad as it is, what's charity to them? You know what I mean? I mean,
Right.
some guys can relate to it because when they were growing up, they were
Right.
in need of charity. But like for the most part, some of them aren't really gonna like. I don't know. I don't know if just like a donation to
get it.
charity is enough incentive for guys to go out there and play their heart out. As bad as that sounds, I'm just not. I don't.
No, you're
I'm not
fine.
sure.
Trust me, I get it. What do you think like good incentives would be though?
Probably like a 6-figure bonus, maybe.
Damn.
I mean, that's enough for me to want to go out there and definitely put a show on.
300 racks. I
Yeah.
do it.
300 racks.
300 racks.
300,000, man.
Yes, sir.
Nah, man, I can't. How much?
300,000. That's a
Shoot.
big check. That's a big bonus for winning
That's
the
a,
dunk
that's
contest.
a Lambo right there.
But you'd have to have stars in the dunk
Or a
contest
house.
for that to be realistic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
That's a Lambo or house.
Or house.
Yeah.
pick your poison, right?
Yeah, pick
Yeah.
your investment wisely.
Yeah,
But-
or 4 people going to college fully paid off.
Right. Oh, dude, or that could be like free tuition for your kid. That'd be a pretty good incentive.
No.
I mean, that's already going to be
300
technically
racks.
free
Nah,
anyway
fuck
because
them
they already
kids.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan meme.
Yeah.
I mean, they make enough money anyway. Their kids are probably
Just
going
throw
to
in
be
a
just
car
fine.
for the winner or something, a nice car.
Yeah, true. But they can just go out and buy
Get
one
Blake
anyways.
Griffin driving a Kia to you. Whoever wins this
I
guy.
don't know. See, they could just go out and buy that anyway, and it wouldn't really dent their paycheck that much. I don't know.
But
To
it's
me,
free.
there's no good incentive, honestly.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
Other than the clout you get for.
right. I don't know. I mean, there's problems that sound like they can be fixed with All-Star Weekend, but I don't know. Bonuses and whatnot aren't enough unless they're huge.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The fact that the 3-point contest was that much more exciting.
The 3-point contest was fun. I did enjoy that. Steph got the high score, but he didn't win it. It was Joe Harris with back-to-back 26 points rounds. I don't know why I just
Points, rounds.
back-to-back 26-point rounds. That's what I was trying to say.
No, you're good.
But yeah, he can shoot that thing, and he's averaging the most points per game of his career, like 13, I think, 13 or 14. He's
I love how much he
playing
like,
a big role on the playoff nets.
Yeah, I love how little of a shit he gave though. It was
Yeah.
like he's like, "How do you feel right now?" He's like, "I'm good." Like he could not care like
Right.
any less that he just like beat out Steph Curry.
Yeah.
And Buddy
I would have
Hield
been
and all
hyped,
these people.
right? Yeah, I would have been hyped. That was fun, but the skills contest was okay. It's nothing special to me. I mean, you dribble through some cones, you make a pass, you make a layup, and you shoot a 3. It's
not much
to me.
of a-
To me, it's not like a box office attraction.
No way.
I really did enjoy the actual All-Star game though, and the
Yeah.
Rising Stars game. Those are both pretty fun.
It wasn't as competitive as most people want it to be. 'Cause
Well, no,
nobody
it's-
wants to get hurt. and
Yeah.
that's understandable.
Yeah.
But
And like, there's no defense really, but it's still really entertaining for me. I enjoy watching all the plays because, like, when things like that happen in game, it's like it's even better, in a real NBA game. But then
Yeah,
when it's
yeah.
just happening back to back in the games, like I get it can be a little, it can get boring watching it over and over again. Like, I don't know, but I enjoyed it.
yeah.
Maybe that was just me, but did you guys like it?
No.
You didn't like anything about All-Star Weekend, did you?
Well, actually, I mean, to an extent, I enjoyed the 3-point contest.
Yeah.
When Steph was going off, and then the
Yeah.
All-Star game was pretty cool. But
What do you make, like 10 in a row?
yeah,
Steph did? Yeah.
entertaining because he's just box office too.
Yeah.
It's cool seeing the best 3-point shooter to ever
Yeah,
play.
Box
of course.
office.
Box office, Stephen A. To me, I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah, it is fun to watch the best players in the world do their thing. I saw this tweet that made me laugh. It said, All-Star game with the best players in the world and Nikola Vucevic.
And Chris Middleton.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, I mean, it was
Oh,
funny.
yeah, come on. There's a clear divide between
Yes,
Chris Middleton and Nikola Vucevic and Klay Thompson and Anthony Davis.
Klay Thompson was the first example that came to your mind?
Well, just reserves.
Right, yeah.
But
Oh,
there's
yeah.
to me it's
well,
night
yeah,
and day.
yeah.
I don't think they're anywhere near.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair to say.
I think just take All Stars. Just take the 30 or didn't they expand the roster too? Isn't
No,
it 15
not
now?
this year. It's still 12 from
Still
each
12.
conference.
Yeah, so take the 24 best players in the world. Don't take West and East and.
See, I like that idea, but then again, some guys who deserve to be on it from the East are going to be snubbed.
Or
because you're going to
actually-
have like 16 from the West.
Yeah.
I don't
But,
know.
Just emphasize. To me, there shouldn't be All-Star game replacements. Like, if Victor
Well-
Oladipo gets injured, that's it. Don't replace him. Unless it gets to, 7 or 8, people left on the team. You know,
I get what you're saying, but to me,
Because
D'Angelo
some of
Russell should have been in.
but he's not
anyway.
an all-star.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He should have been in over
Yeah, I mean,
Vucevic.
he was and
Oh,
is.
over Vucevic? You know what?
Yeah.
That's fair. Over Vucevic, fine.
D'Angelo
Then
Russell
Vucevic
is a
shouldn't be.
He
fantastic.
deserved to be there.
He's a great
let's
player.
Let's not try and kid and say that he didn't deserve to
That's
be there.
fine.
I
but
agree with
to
you.
me, he's not an all-star level player.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he is.
Who? D'Angelo?
Because this is his first year playing at this level, and he's helped lead the Brooklyn Nets
Okay,
to a
that's
turnaround
fair.
season.
Put him in the game, but I personally I don't.
I mean,
see-
he didn't
don't
play. He
consider
didn't
them-
play much, but still.
I don't consider them all-stars, but they did make the all-star team, so they should be called.
I get it. They're not like superstars.
They're not all-star. To me,
But
they're not all-star level.
They're
players.
fantastic players who deserve to be in the game. You know?
Fantastic.
They're good players. Well, maybe not fantastic, but they're good players. Like Middleton and Russell. I like both of them. I get your point, but I disagree with you
Middleton's tough.
because they play such big roles on their teams. And
I think he's a
They're
role
good.
player that on a great team right now.
who, Middleton?
Yeah.
He's one of the best players on the team, in my opinion.
Better than Bledsoe.
I
Yeah,
mean, Bledsoe's
you're right.
also an important
That's
player
why
on the
I
team.
think he only made it because their team is having such a great year.
Well, that's the biggest reason,
Yeah.
sure, but he's also playing really well, averaging 18 and a half
Right.
points per game, I'm pretty sure.
He's pretty clutch as well.
Yeah, he made a go-ahead 3 last night against Boston.
18 in today's NBA's.
You're just a hater, man.
I don't know, man.
Hater.
I don't know, man. It's just middle. I
Get
don't know.
show.
If you 18 points per game is contribution, especially if you're the 1 seed.
Yeah, it's
and you're-
it's
and you're a
definitely
starter.
contribution. Yeah.
And if you play with Giannis,
yeah.
an absolute superstar.
But when we're matching the teams up, we're talking about roster and all this and that. Is anybody gonna
They
say
did- a lot of
somebody
it
gotta
was just
take
feeling
Middleton?
obligated to say, hey, this is like one of the rising teams. And
Right.
Yeah,
East
that's
right
what
now.
I'm saying.
Should we include 2 players? And everyone was like, I guess.
That's the
And
reason
they
I had him on there is
shoehorned
because
Middleton in there.
if you
Yeah.
can contribute to your team in a way that leads to wins, you're a great player.
Right.
So
I do believe he deserved that recognition.
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe not. I don't know.
Is
It's tough
Chris
to say.
Middleton better than DeMar DeRozan?
no. But DeMar DeRozan was not. His team was not the number 1 seed
Yeah.
in the West.
That's kind of where I'm going. I'm saying he got
Yeah,
rewarded for being on a good
winning
team.
matters, yes.
Yeah, he
but
got
it's
rewarded.
not just he was a player on the team that's winning, so he got the nod. It's that he's one of the best players on the team
Yeah.
a team that's winning.
But they should, to me, I don't
It's not just the fact that they're winning. It's like, hey, you're on a winning team. We're going to select you to the All-Star game. It wasn't like that. It was
Right,
the
it's
fact
like,
that he's like
This
the
team's winning. Why is this
arguably
team
second
winning?
best player on the Bucks,
Yeah.
and they're the first seed, and best record in the NBA. So
Yeah.
that's my point.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I can see that.
But I do get what you're saying. All right, let's move on here. I don't really have anything else to say to you guys about All-Star Weekend. Okay, so I think this was right before All-Star Weekend or
Yeah,
during
yeah.
it. Dell Demps got fired, which is the Pelicans GM. Ownership was mad about Anthony Davis leaving the arena with the injury, and they want an overhaul of the Pelicans organization.
Damn, I should have took them kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang. So they want a complete overhaul of the organization and a GM that's going to take command of the Anthony Davis trade talks and help reshape the team's future. So the fact that Dell Demps just toyed with the Lakers and
just
didn't really do anything else that was made public, at least that we know of, about trying to trade AD, he got fired for it. Which I think he should have just traded him.
Anthony Davis?
Mhm.
Not at all.
Well,
First of all, I
actually, in
was hearing
hindsight, it
things-
would have been a bad trade, probably.
Yeah, and I was hearing things also like I don't know if you guys saw it that wasn't actually the offer. Like, I never saw Woj tweet anything that was saying it was Zubac, Lonzo, blah blah this, like
Yeah,
all those kid
Ingram,
guys,
Kuzma.
and then the picks.
Those kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was some Lakers reporter who said that.
It
or
was,
something.
yeah, but I remember I saw a tweet, real trades move in silence,
Yeah.
and that's true because most trades that happen, we don't really, it's not made public, so
Like, I don't-
until it happens, you know.
Yeah, I don't blame him for not trading him. I think you got to see all your options, and the Lakers are going to give you
Mhm.
the same package. Let's not BS. Anthony
Yeah.
Davis is so good. You know, LA's going to probably get bounced from the playoffs. They're going to be like, oh, we have a chance to get Davis. We're going to give you the same. Like, they're not just going to be mad at them and not give them,
Right.
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Yeah, I mean, the timing of the firing was weird to me
Definitely.
because you should have done this you should have waited till this offseason if nothing happened, or you should have done this before the season started. Because you fire him and you get a new GM, Danny Ferry, but what's he going to be able to do now?
Is he really that good of a GM, Danny Ferry?
He helped the Hawks rebuild without really tanking or anything like that. But he's also there's been some scandals like surrounding him and stuff.
Is he just
No, he's like the new GM.
Like they hired him.
Yeah,
hired him.
yeah.
I don't know about
But
that.
like I was saying, the timing of it was weird because you hire a new GM after the trade deadline's over. He's not going to be able to do anything, just like Dell Demps wouldn't have been able to do anything until the offseason. So the timing of it was stupid to me.
Maybe to build a rapport with the players, because I know
Yeah.
GM player
Or
relationship.
or to get like a survey the team.
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense. I
Maybe
didn't
try
think
and
about it
put
like
stuff
that.
together.
Yeah, see where things are at,
Yeah.
and maybe.
But Danny Ferry.
Yeah, I don't know. He was the former Hawks GM, but like I said, he's had some scandals surrounding his name involving, like, who was it, Luol Deng?
Luol Deng.
Yeah, said some
Oh.
racist things, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
That was a while ago, but still, it's not a good look. I don't know why they would hire a guy who has that on his track record, but, you know,
It must be good.
it is what it is. All right, let's see. Next. Okay, this is also involving Anthony Davis. So he said the Celtics are on his preferred destination, even though there was the reports that they weren't. But then he said he doesn't care about market. He just wants to win. All 29 other teams are on his list, and he said he's going to see what happens in, test free agency. But he said he never made a preferred destination list.
Which I
I don't buy that.
I don't buy it either.
I think he's very much confused and new to this situation. He's like, I have a choice now.
Right.
And I know I'm going to make it. I just don't know what it's going to be, and I don't know how to keep everyone
Right.
from being on my ass. Being one of the top 5, easily top 3 players in the league currently,
I don't know about easily top 3, but top 5 for sure.
I don't know about top 5. Honestly.
Well,
this year it's so
He's
close.
never led them to anything, if we're being honest.
Well, second round last year, but that's it.
You could argue though.
Still
Rondo,
top 5.
You could argue
Top
Rondo
five, top
and
5, top
Drew
5.
Holiday were
At
here.
least top 7, but I get where you're
He's
going.
top 5.
Yes,
Is he
I
better
agree.
than Giannis and KD?
No,
Is he better
not
than
better than
Bron?
KD. I don't know if he's better than Giannis this season.
No, definitely
Not better than
Giannis
Bron.
this season, at least.
Bron's time is
He's
coming
not better than
up
Curry.
though. Yeah. I don't-
Regardless, he's a good player.
Yes.
Anyway,
one of the best players in the NBA, no doubt.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I
continue.
want the fucking play. No. Top 5? No.
Well, you were saying this is the first time he's been in a situation.
Yeah,
like this.
okay, so he's kind of inexperienced. He got drafted by the Hornets.
Hornets back then,
Yeah,
yeah.
they were New Orleans Hornets. And he has stayed with this franchise ever since. And he has been very loyal to the place that drafted him. He's said everything and done everything in his power to be like, yeah, Pelicans.
Right.
This is the
Up
first
until this point.
Yeah, up until this point. And so now I just don't think he has the experience because he's never really had these options before.
Right.
And he has every option at his disposal. The Lakers are willing to sell their whole team just to get him.
Just to get him, yeah. That shows you how much value he has.
Right.
To me, they got to get a star back, though, don't they?
Yes, absolutely. At least one All-Star.
Yeah.
And I guess that was, the problem with the Lakers deal. And I don't even know if that was even real because I keep going back to that real trades move in silence thing. Because we saw it with the DeMar and Kawhi trade.
Nobody
That came
saw
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Paul George to OKC, that came out of nowhere. What else? The Porzingis to Dallas, that came out of nowhere. So now that I think
So
about
do you
it,
think
almost,
Anthony Davis was just
almost
let me
every
test
trade.
the waters. Let me just cause a big splash here mid-season.
Yeah, I think
he
he
was like,
missed
"Hey, I want out," and then people were like, "Ooh, what?"
He should have made that trade request long before the trade deadline, though, because he made it a week before. I want to say, right? So
There's a strategy here that I don't think we know about. Because, you don't just...
his
there's
agent
no
is
way
Rich
he
Paul.
thought- yeah, true. We don't. I
It's
don't
like
think
he was just
thought,
testing the waters. Yeah.
You don't think he thought
Of
what?
the
I
trade
don't-
market.
I don't think he
Yeah.
thought he was going to actually get traded within that week.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's a strategy to it that we don't know about. There's some puppetry going on here.
Has to be. Has to be.
But yeah, again, he said he doesn't care about market. He just wants to go where he can win. So I don't know how much truth there is to the whole Lakers thing to me, because he hasn't come out and said anything about it. It's all been media generated, trying to force him to the Lakers. And I've been saying this all year. They tried to force Mike Conley to the Lakers, tried to force Gasol to the Lakers. Any player that's ever on a trading block, the media just tries to be like, Lakers. Like, you see it with Carmelo Anthony. They traded for Reggie Bullock.
It's a good market. It's a good market. Yeah. It's turning out to be pretty toxic, actually.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's funny they ended up with Reggie Bullock instead of Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
I mean,
epic pickup,
and he wasn't even a great pick. Like, he's a solid player, but nothing, you know.
I don't even know about solid, from being honest.
He's half decent, I guess. Maybe not
solid. Solid either.
Half decent? Will you give him
He's
that
half
at least?
decent.
Okay.
Did he get cut?
No,
Released?
he's still playing for the Lakers.
But didn't he get released by his previous team?
He got traded.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Did they trade for him? Yeah, he had to have been traded.
It was some type of
somebody got
deal.
sent to. Yeah, I don't know. The trade deadline is always crazy because there's always these like complicated 3-team deals. It's like
I thought Muscala was a pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's who they got also. Yeah. He hasn't even played though. Why would you trade for a guy who's not playing? It doesn't make sense to me.
It's almost like the Lakers front office doesn't know what they're doing.
No.
This is what, like I said it before, I'm questioning Magic Johnson's decisions that he's been making. Because, like, we started with the draft last year, taking Ball. Signing LeBron was obviously great. But filling your roster with guys who can't shoot.
LeBron was going to go there, I think, regardless. I don't think that was
We talked about it. It was a PR move.
Yeah.
And life after basketball type of move. Or like, you know.
I give him Magic credit for that.
Okay, that's fair. And then just a lot of the trades and draft picks and decisions he's made have been pretty suspect in hindsight. So
Kuzma was Kuzma even his pick though?
Kuzma was the Rockets pick, I want to say, wasn't it?
But wasn't he a rookie?
That was
the
Amari
year
Spellman.
Before?
Who?
Wasn't he a rookie the year before?
He was a rookie last year. Same year as Lonzo. They were rookies the same year, and Kuzma was the better rookie.
Yeah. Clearly.
Yeah. So. But if Anthony, do you buy that Anthony Davis doesn't care about market and he just wants to go somewhere he can win? I'm gonna take that as truth.
I'm not buying it.
You don't buy it? You think he's gonna go to? You think he'll end up a Laker regardless?
Are there 29 other teams that can win? First of all, with you?
No. But I think he just said that as be like, I'm willing to go to wherever as long as I can win. That's all he cares about. So I buy it because if he ends up in a team like I don't know Milwaukee or who knows Utah. And he's in a winning situation. Whatever team it is, like, I buy it. But then there's always a chance like he could just turn around and go sign with the Lakers anyways. But that I would only see that happening if he got traded to a crap team.
Yeah.
But crap teams wouldn't be able to trade for him because they don't have the assets to do it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think he's going to end up on at least a playoff team
as these
or
crap
a contending
teams like
team.
Knicks and other like Clippers, you know, it's all about it's like, well, it's LA, it's New York, it's a big market,
right?
You know, I don't know how much people really care about that.
Right, we're not talking
a
about
LeBron-esque type entity who's that.
Yeah.
That I don't want to say flashy, but just
cares that much about.
Yeah, it's very charismatic.
Sure.
I think LA is a great fit for him. It's not a great fit for Kawhi or. And I don't know about
that
Anthony
type
Davis,
of player
because Anthony Davis has played in that small market for so long, yet he's still making waves.
Right.
And so, the reason why I think he's top 5 is because I just don't think he's been put, with the right group of guys. I'm not saying everyone around him has been terrible. Drew Holiday's pretty damn good.
Yes.
Rondo was like playoff Rondo last year.
Julius Randle is really good.
Yeah, Julius Randle as well.
See, the Pelicans have the talent. I just think AD gave up on him.
You think so?
Yeah, they've got talented players.
Yeah.
But all the injuries that struck early season caused them to fall behind in the standings and stuff. So they weren't where they wanted to be at that point in the season.
Right.
So that's the main problem with it. But I think if they had kept Mirotic and continued to develop Julius Randle, were able to avoid the trade request of Anthony Davis somehow, and then obviously have Drew Holiday, that's a solid little 4-man starting 5 at least, or starting 4. I don't know who your 5th guy would be. I guess. Well, they lost Rondo. If they were able to keep him, I don't know, because they made it to the second round last year. I think that's a decent, team. But he wants to win a championship. He's tired of just getting losing in the first or second round of the playoffs.
Who cares if you're dropping like 40 and 20 if
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to make that playoff push?
Or make a championship run, which I understand, but I think there's other ways to go about it. Like, I'm not a fan of superstars trying to, like, under contract, forcing their way out of situations. Like, we've mentioned Antonio Brown before, and how he did that, and now he's going to be a free agent because they're just going to release him. You know, so it doesn't work like that in the NBA. So this just creates a super weird rift between him, the fans, the organization, all of
It
it.
does seem like half media is about trading and who's going to go where,
Yeah.
and then the other half is actual basketball.
He should just wait to become a free agent if his plan is to sign with whoever anyways. Like
At this point, why? Yeah,
you-
just wait.
yeah, if you make a trade request, you must really, really want out of there, right?
Right.
And to me, that's unwarranted.
It's almost like he set a ultimatum at the beginning of the season. It was like, all right, if this team ends up falling apart halfway through, and I know my playoff chances aren't looking, I'm gonna say it.
Right,
I'm gonna say it.
I want out. But like, if it's on your agenda to go sign with a team in your mind anyway, you might as well wait to become a free agent, because if you're not going to consider signing with wherever you get traded to or whatever, you might as well just play the rest of your contract out. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I understand.
Because like, when you request the trade, at least to me, it should signal that you don't have an agenda somewhere you want to sign with. But it happened to work out with Paul George, even though he said he planned to go to the Lakers.
But this also.
But that was before the
This
trade.
also could be like
Totally
maybe
crazy.
Anthony Davis had his plan and it was LA and everything was going to work just fine.
Mhm.
But Dell Demps said, "Suck it, Magic," and said,
That's
"No,
what he did.
sir."
He stuck it to him.
and he got fired. But
Yeah.
that's such a G thing to do.
It's like you stuck it to him, but at what cost? You know?
Right,
He's still getting
right.
paid, by the way. Danny, what's his name? Dell Demps.
Yeah, Dell
Was
Demps.
he really?
He's under contract.
Ah, okay.
They can't just stop paying him.
Dang. Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's with anybody.
Right.
Oh, interesting.
Coaches,
I didn't know that.
too.
Okay. Bag.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
What were you saying though? I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that, maybe this was all very much thought out and planned, and, it was going to be 80 to LA, and it was going to be the craziest midseason trade we've ever seen.
Right. Yeah. That's what it was looking like it was going to be, but of course it never happened.
But Dell
because-
Demps said, "No, sir."
No, sir. Yeah. I mean, there's levels to
Again,
this
it's,
stuff.
like we've talked about, if what is it, 30 for 30?
Mm-hmm. Oh, all the details will come out one day. Yeah. I don't.
Right. This will be a fascinating,
Yeah, man.
little docu-series.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to be on The Shop. LeBron
I saw
James
that.
show. Him and
If it-
Antonio Brown are going to be on it.
Big
I can't wait to hear what they're going to
tampering
say.
intensifies.
Yeah.
That meme. I can't wait to hear what they say on that show. Do you guys got any other thoughts on that, though?
I don't know. I mean, why was AD in LA?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, his dad? There was the picture of his dad and Rich Paul sitting at a Lakers game.
That's
next to
that's
each
why
other.
I've been saying this. Maybe it was all set up, and Dell Demps was just like,
Right.
no.
I feel like it's almost inevitable that he becomes a Laker, but to me, if you request a trade, you should be open to playing for whatever team trades you, as long as it's a winning situation.
Yeah.
But like I said, only good to contenders are going to be able to trade for him, because the bad teams don't have the assets to trade for a superstar like Anthony Davis. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if a team we don't expect gets him, like I mentioned, Milwaukee or Utah. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, because they're not going to get what they want. I'm telling you, the Lakers are not going to get what they want.
Not with the pieces they have.
Yeah. And
I see-
nobody's helping them. The media thinks everyone's trying to help the Lakers.
Yeah.
These GMs are doing what's good for their team.
Right.
They're not going to do what's good for you.
To me, their only young guy with value is Kyle Kuzma,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't trade him. I'm keeping him long term, because LeBron's eventually going to leave.
Yeah.
He's going to be too old.
Yeah.
Kyle
might be
Kuzma.
next year,
Kyle
dude.
Kuzma is a cornerstone type player, in my eyes. He has the potential to be, at least.
Potential to be, yeah.
But you guys got any other thoughts though?
AD, man.
All right, let's move on to other All-Star Weekend drama. Kyrie and Kevin Durant were hanging out a lot, like the entire time. Like they had this, they were playing one-on-one together, and Kyrie stayed for the entire time for KD's MVP All-Star game speech thing after all the other players had left. They even went to Miami to hang out for a little bit, had dinner. What else? They were just the video of them talking together in the hallway. There's a lot of speculation going on about them. So
I think Kyrie's just mad because people figured it out. People were it's like it's one of those things where it's very much pre-planned,
Right.
and then it just gets out because Woj is a sneaky bastard.
Right. So he criticized the media for he talked about the destroying locker rooms thing, and he talked about them, like the media reaching when they're talking about, oh, you and Kevin Durant are talking. This has to be more than what appears at face value. Like
the locker room seems to be fine, and the team seems to be fine on the court when Kyrie's not on it with them.
Okay. I don't want to kid myself and say they're better without him, though.
I don't want to say that either, but I'm just saying it's
They
not
could
like they
definitely-
have
they
that
could
ultimate
function without
dependency on him.
You're right. They could definitely function without him. We saw it last year
Yeah.
in the playoffs. But they're not better without him, because he's the guy to me that puts them over the top and is going to win them playoff games.
They need that piece.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I mean, they did it last year, but to me, he's the guy who's going to step up in the big moments and win the game for them. You know what I'm saying? If it's a close one. So, is this good news for the Knicks, or good news for the Clippers? Does them hanging out All-Star weekend and being buddy does that indicate to you that they're planning something to sign together somewhere?
I don't think so.
You don't think you're taking it for
Yeah,
face value, just being friends?
Yeah, I think they're just good friends.
Right.
They got a chance to hang out with each other. During the season, they don't always get to.
Yeah.
So they,
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it. Do you think it means anything?
Well, again, it's all speculation. We don't know for sure, but
Right. No,
it's possible.
It's definitely possible.
It's most definitely possible, and that's why it's a storyline, because it's like we're just connecting the dots.
Right. I'm leaning towards your way, where it's it's not nothing, but it's not
it's
earth
something.
It's not.
It's
something,
like that nothing something or everything.
Yeah, it's not
something.
It's something. It's not nothing. It's not everything. Like you said, it could just be friends hanging out,
Yeah.
which is what Kyrie says it is, what KD says it is. So
I'm not overreacting to it, thinking it's like, oh, they're definitely going to New York.
yeah, I'm not saying it's indicating this or that, but it wouldn't surprise me if it happened.
Right,
if it
it's
happened.
one of those things where later on, the certain things, happen, and then you could go back to that and be like, oh yeah, that
Right.
makes sense. That's probably what they talked about on
You're
that
right.
trip. But if not, then whatever. They're
Yeah.
just good friends. It just depends. I mean, it's none of our fucking business, quite frankly.
Right.
But
Yeah, because Kyrie said that KD is one of his best friends. So
right.
to me, I agree with Kyrie on some level that the media is reaching, and this is just two friends hanging out. But then again, when you do all this and the speculation of the
Right.
talks of both of you guys as free agency's coming up, you're going to be free agents at the same time.
Kyrie's created a lot of noise when he didn't have to.
Right, saying I'm gonna do what's best for me, this and that.
Right.
All the speculation's going
Ask
around.
me at the end of what?
Right. Ask me on July 1st.
Yeah,
You
ask me July
know
1st.
you know everything that's being said. You know all the rumors, and you're you can't act surprised or not expect this to happen.
Right.
The media being the media.
Yeah.
So you can't be mad at it when you know everything's going on, and then you go and hang out with them all-star. The questions are going to come. You can't be surprised by that.
Yeah,
And you
I
can't be
agree.
mad at it. And he said that this type of stuff doesn't make the league fun. I disagree with that. To me, it's what makes the league fun, because it gives us something to talk about, creates drama, and that's good for the league, in my opinion. Because if it was dry and it was there was no speculation and there was no drama, how fun would that be? Not really at all, in my opinion.
I think.
But I do get where he's coming from.
I actually agree that it doesn't make the league fun.
Really?
In this specific case, where they're just kind of pestering players with, if he's saying trade talks don't make the league fun, I disagree. Or signings don't, potential signings.
I think he's just talking about speculation in general. And
Oh, well, then I
media
disagree.
destroying locker room. Well,
I
get that.
I think that helps then. I actually think it helps. I disagree with Kyrie on that. But the whole annoying players just to get quotes out of them, I don't think that makes the league fun.
I get that. That's where I agree with him with the, like I said, the reaching and the pestering him all the time about his upcoming free agency. That would annoy me too.
Yeah.
But
It annoys anybody.
Speculation and drama is what makes the league fun, in my opinion, because it gives me it gives
and
us
what's
stuff to talk
interesting,
about.
KD and Kyrie have both reacted in the same kind of man-childish way about this whole situation.
Yes, and
so that's why it makes me speculate. I'm like,
Man,
I don't know, they might have got caught.
right. You have a great point, and I don't remember who it was that said this, but the way both of these guys are towards the media, maybe they're not built for New York media. Like, can they handle that? Because if they go to New York together, they're going to be surrounded by media all
Boston
the time.
media,
and
they're getting ready to
there's going to be
drop
stuff. There's going to be stuff swirling all around all the time, and if you go to LA or New York, like, we're not talking about Brooklyn enough. Like, they have the cap space, and they have a really solid team already, but we're not talking about that enough. So anything could happen in this.
Right,
this
maybe
offseason.
things
It's
could
gonna
fall
be,
through.
It's
and
going to be
like
an absolutely
KD
insane
or Kyrie
offseason.
signs with Nets, and like,
or maybe they both stay with their current teams. That could happen.
Right.
If that happens, we're going to look like a bunch of dumbasses.
That's why it can't be everything and it can't be nothing, because something could come out of this we just don't know.
Right.
We just don't know the facts.
And if they both end up staying with their current teams, we're all going to look stupid as hell.
Right.
For all this speculation. But again,
it's our duty to
what,
report this.
It's our duty to talk about it, right?
Right.
It's what makes it fun. It's what gives us stuff to talk about. It's the drama in the NBA is the best part of it. Well, aside from, of course, the actual games and in-game entertainment. But, you guys got any other thoughts on that?
No.
All right. So Jayson Tatum says the Celtics are going to win the finals. What do y'all think about that?
I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah.
What about you?
He should start playing like it.
He is. He's playing well. Okay.
Not as good as.
Not as good as a guy who makes some comments like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure, you're right. That's fair. But he's still.
He's still young. I like.
He's still
where
great.
at.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love Jayson Tatum.
he's one of the best players on a contender. So that goes back to what I said about Chris Middleton.
I
He's
think
not
it's a little bit different. If you ask, 100 GMs, they'd probably all take Tatum. But I get what you're saying.
well.
I
Yeah.
get what I. But yeah.
He's one of the best players on a contender.
Jayson Tatum calculates a crossover before he does.
Yeah.
He measures the angle.
Yeah.
I like
You can
him.
Still
I
bite
like
on
him.
him too.
Yeah, he's got the KD type crossover where it's like
Very
arm all the way up in the air. Yeah, he's got the super long arms.
Right. He's just like a
Borderline
lanky
kid.
Iverson
Sure. Yeah.
as far as crossing over.
Crossing over. Yeah. I like this, but it does put pressure on himself and the whole team, especially Kyrie.
Right. Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he's trying to push himself. Be like, hey, I know this is what's expected of me.
Yeah.
To me, Boston can beat any of those top teams in the East, but
They
it's a
probably
matter of
should.
if they will.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like
It
they can't.
really depends on the matchup. If they match up with Philly in the first round, I hate to say it, but Philly might not beat them.
No, they won't.
They should, but I don't think they would.
That's the
well,
thing with all
'cause-
these
hold
teams.
on.
They have the
Let me-
talent. It's
let
like
me
they
say
should
that.
be able to. They should win.
Yeah.
Philly has to avoid Boston in the first round. They
won't play him in the first.
Philly and Boston have to knock Indiana down to the 5 spot.
They will, I think.
I think it'll end up happening.
Yeah.
But I looked at the Pacers' schedule and it's not very tough.
But neither are the Pacers.
Well, they're a gritty team. They're gonna give you
They're
problems.
definitely going to annoy.
They're
the
still
teams.
they're still
But it's
good
so
without
close.
Oladipo.
The standings are so close from where the Pacers are. It's like a game.
They're
I was
very
looking
you're
at.
right. They're very
Yeah.
close. The standings are really
They
close.
could lose
so
2 games and then
drop a little bit,
Yeah.
yeah. But if
I'd want to play them
If
in the
I'm-
first round.
if I'm Indiana, yes.
Yeah, I don't want.
No,
to play
absolutely,
If I'm
absolutely.
Boston, Toronto, Milwaukee,
Any
whatever.
6 through 8, I would want to play in the first round.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen. But I want to avoid the 4 or 5 matchups so bad if I'm Philly, because if I'm Philly and I match up with Boston in the first round, I'm shaking.
Yeah.
Like
I'm literally shaking.
I'd be quaking in my boots.
You good?
Quaking.
What?
It's all right.
Sorry, my bad. No, but seriously, I wouldn't want to play. Even if I was Boston, I wouldn't want to play Philly in the first round. If I'm either team, I wouldn't want to play each other. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Because
Matchups
both of
are
those
huge.
teams can beat each other.
But
it's
again,
really- it's
it would
really
be
who-
part of that storyline.
How
because
far each
obviously they
team
have
get,
that
yeah.
blood,
How
but-
far each team gets is going to depend on the seedings.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't want to make any predictions though until the standings are set,
Mm.
and we're making our predictions video. So
we should definitely do brackets.
No, we
when-
will.
when it gets
Yeah,
there.
we're definitely. Oh, I can't wait.
Definitely, yeah.
I can't wait. But if they get bounced, like, do you remember Jaylen Brown said we're going to the finals, no doubt, no question?
Yeah.
To me, Boston is still the most they don't have the chemistry quite yet, but if they have it going, they can beat any team in the East.
Kyrie's out, they have the chemistry.
Stop.
All right.
Maybe, I don't know, dude. It's all weird. I'm starting to think maybe he's gone.
Gordon Hayward looked fine, by the way.
When
that one game where Kyrie missed.
Oh yeah.
He looked absolutely fine. There was nothing wrong with it.
I think it's coincidental. To me, like, they're not a better team without Kyrie Irving. They're not.
8-2.
Okay.
You're right. It could just be circumstantial.
Well, yeah. I mean,
it's something.
Well,
right? Something,
yeah.
nothing.
If Kyrie's healthy
me,
in the
it's
playoffs,
something.
we'll see how far they go in the playoffs. If Kyrie, assuming he's healthy in it, and then we can have the conversation.
Kyrie's a 6-man would be deadly.
Stop. Okay. If they get if they don't get if they don't get to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals this year, if they don't win the teams in the East got much better than they were last year, so that's not fair to say.
I think
either.
the Celtics their pressure right now is to win the East because they were one game out of
I agree.
last year.
They have to win the East.
I think they have to win the East.
They have to win the East at least to keep Kyrie.
Agreed.
If they don't do that, if they get bounced in the second round, it's going to be hard for me to see that.
Agreed.
See him staying there. So that's definitely interesting. Quick mention: Joel Embiid, left knee soreness, reevaluated in a week, no structural damage, and he's going to be held out again for like load management or whatever, and physical therapy. And it's not serious; it's just precautionary to ensure he's healthy for the home stretch in the playoffs. Do you guys think this is a big deal considering his injury history? You think it's nothing?
I think he'll heal up by
Yeah, I think it's nothing. If it's just precautionary and it's nothing serious, it's just nothing but rest. You know, I don't see a problem with it. I mean, he's got the injury history, but for the most part of this season and last season, he's been healthy. So I don't see a problem with it. I don't think it's a big deal.
Me neither.
Last thing, Markieff Morris signs with the Thunder. That's even more depth for them. Doesn't hurt, obviously.
Yeah, doesn't hurt.
It helps them. What do you think? Good pickup for them or no?
Is he playing today?
Probably, yeah, he should.
Sorry, I'm just like,
It's
you
kinda hard.
can tell when my posture changes. I mean, obviously not people listening, but like I'm leaning out when I'm like, not that I'm not focused, but I'm just trying to think of something.
Right.
So I get out and step in the ring
At will,
Yeah.
right. So
and sometimes you guys just go at it, and I'm like, all right.
yeah, sometimes we disagree on something and we'll start going back and forth.
And then I'll
but
just
Like
lean
Bradley
in,
Beal,
like,
Celtics.
actually.
actually, yeah. To me it doesn't hurt them, obviously. It helps them a lot. That's even more depth. I would honestly start him over Ferguson or Jeremy Grant. But like we've talked about this before.
Put him in for Grant. Ferguson has something.
Right.
But
I don't
the
know.
chemistry
That
is
kid.
there.
That's what I was about to say, because they have established this already all season.
Yeah.
You don't want to upset the apple cart and just have him come off the bench.
Apple cart.
I'm sorry. Isn't that the phrase? You don't
Upset the apple. I've never heard that. In my life.
No?
Apple card?
Am I
I
tripping?
thought it was Apple Card, and I thought that wasn't the way they used that.
Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know.
I'm
Well, you don't want to.
100% sure. I've never heard that shit in my life.
Apple
Really?
Cart or Apple Card?
I don't know. Either way, you don't want
An
to.
apple card for this generation.
Okay. Either way, you don't want to mess with the chemistry that you've already established.
Yeah.
You know. So maybe they should just bring him off the bench.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you want to talk about the games last night?
Yeah, I was pretty upset watching.
Which one? Oh, James Harden jack up stupid shots in
Just-
crunch time.
They're up 17.
That's what D'Antoni wants him to do, though.
And he.
That's not. It doesn't work all the time.
that's
If
been
the
the
shot,
knock
if
on
the shot's
D'Antoni.
not falling, then
Yeah, that's been the knock on D'Antoni, by the way. They say he can't adjust.
mhm.
Yeah, he just doesn't adjust.
Like,
You're right.
Mike D'Antoni was just like, execute Order 66.
Yeah.
Kill them kids.
Exactly.
And he didn't. He just didn't.
No, he didn't. And
This is what happens. They go away from what's been working the whole game.
Yeah.
When it goes they start Harden ISOs all game anyway.
yeah,
But they go away from plays. And James Harden just takes all these dumb shots in the fourth quarter that brick. They're mostly step back contested threes.
yeah,
And if he's not hitting them, then they're gonna lose
yeah.
down the stretch if it's a
They're-
close one.
They're 8 games above 500. He's out of the MVP race. in my opinion.
What?
I think he's out of it.
You were just saying he was the front runner last week.
But here's the thing. After you have a game like this,
It sets you
Giannis
back.
won. Paul George. I think Giannis is running away with it.
Paul-
I think it's
yeah,
Giannis.
I think Giannis
and then it's
says
a
it right
notch,
now.
And then it's Paul George, Kawhi, and then you can throw Harden.
I still have
maybe.
Harden second or third. I would interchange him and PG right now, but Giannis to me has not run away with it, but he's in the lead.
But how do you watch something like yesterday? Watch something like what he did versus the Thunder, and like think,
Where he does the stupid stuff down the stretch.
and think
Westbrook
this guy,
syndrome.
Yeah, and
Westbrook
think,
hasn't done that as bad this year, but
yeah, the guy I saw versus Golden State, he was the front runner. He was the runaway. Now first of all, he's lying about trying to save my body, blah blah blah.
right.
No, you're not.
He's chasing the 30-point streak. He's
He's-
trying to keep it going as long as he can. I think if his team was winning and he didn't have to score all that much last night, him
Yeah.
chasing that 30 mark
That's
is what caused the lead to be blown because he was missing shots.
To me right now.
That's one of the things that caused it.
To me right now, you could put him behind Jokic too.
No way.
Yeah, you could. Jokic, his team is winning.
After one game.
Well, he does this a lot.
I know he does it a lot, and it's
They
not
lost
very
4 in a
exciting to
row.
watch.
I would say I wouldn't put him that. I don't think he slid back that far. To me, he's 2 or 3 interchangeable with Paul George at 2 or 3.
He is fireman carrying the team on his shoulders.
Well,
he did.
The historic
Yeah,
scoring
they did.
streak is still awesome.
Ended.
It's still amazing.
Ended.
But like,
It's not.
you
amazing.
don't like if you don't need it to win, then don't. Because they were winning last night, and he wasn't having to score all that much.
I don't think anyone cares anymore about his streak. The 30.
It's become normalized, right?
Because he's
Is that
not
what you're-
winning. Yeah.
Right.
He's not winning anymore.
Right.
When you're not winning,
Yeah,
you've
no
lost
one-
4 in a row.
You're right. ESPN's not like the streak continue. Well,
Yeah.
but it's
They
not
are,
like,
but they're like, the streak continues.
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
they lost, but
yeah.
at least he still got the 30
Yeah.
streak going, right? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
People are
he-
starting to care.
he
not
broke
that much
even.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He stayed in the game versus Denver. He stayed in the game, and they're down 15 with like
Trying to
30
get that
seconds
last
left.
3 to get
I've
30.
seen
To me,
I've seen
that's-
Harden, Durant, and Westbrook all chase triple doubles, double doubles. I've seen
Durant
it
to
all.
a lesser extent, but
Yeah.
sure.
because they're usually winning.
Right.
But
Yeah, Durant doesn't really have to chase him.
But yeah, it
but
just
Harden
happened.
will go on TV and say he's not chasing this stuff, and they're trying to win a
It's
championship.
It's
Like,
obvious
you're a
he's
liar.
chasing it.
I'm just saying, stop lying to the people.
If you
know?
just an example last night, you see him taking so many shots just to
Oh.
try to get to that 30 mark when he didn't
Disgusting
have
shots,
to.
too.
Like,
Useless.
he's not deferring to his teammates down the stretch, which
Yeah.
he should be doing.
He's a
because
ball
like he's
hog.
passing like he's not passing it to the open guy. Like he's ball hogging
Yeah.
to try to get the 30.
Chris Paul was having
It's-
the better night.
He
but
deserved the ball down the
He
stretch
just absolutely
because he
deserved
was
the ball.
making shots.
Yeah,
to
and-
keep him up.
But James, being the selfish player he is,
Mm-hmm.
you know, oh, I have to get my numbers. Oh, people are haters. They're being mean to me. No, you're not playing That's not basketball. What he was doing yesterday, superstars don't do that kind of stuff. They don't take 30, step back 3. And this was the
They were
Lakers
dumb
making
shots.
a
They
run.
were really dumb shots.
And it fueled the Lakers' run. Honestly,
Yes, it did.
The turnovers he was
Mhm.
doing,
Mhm.
put it between his leg. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, some of those offensive fouls that he was being called for were nothing.
Yeah.
We talked about what's his name, the ref.
Yeah,
What's
Scott
his name?
Foster.
Scott
No one
Foster.
likes him,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
But
one
do
of
you
those guys,
remember the Celtics
man.
game last year with the Marcus Smart thing?
What was that?
Like
Which one?
Harden just loses control.
They played 82 games, so I need to know.
Oh,
what-
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
The 28-point comeback last year.
Oh, where he
Harden
took the
just
charge.
lost
That
it.
was a charge.
Yeah, but
he
I'm
did.
saying-
He did extend the arm on Smart, and
Yeah, but Harden just melts down.
Smart sold it. Granted, but
He did,
yeah.
but you gotta have discipline. Just don't even touch him anymore.
He does melt down in the clutch sometimes.
Yeah,
but sometimes, like we saw against Golden State this year, that game on TNT,
Yeah.
took over. Like
Yeah.
there's no middle ground. You know, he either takes over or he chokes the game
Yeah,
away.
but you can't. Do
He's
that
he's
if
got
you're
to
trying
he's
to
got
win
to
a
he's got to
championship.
meet in the middle where he can still score in the fourth quarter and make big plays, but also set up his teammates to make the big plays also. You know what I'm saying?
Get
So
around
that's the problem to me, and that has caused him to slide back in the MVP race. I think Giannis is going to win it this year
it. Definitely.
because like best record in the NBA so far, probably going to get really close to 60 wins, if not a little bit more.
I think they'll hit 60.
Yeah,
I think they're
they
going to
probably
be
will.
the only team, them and Golden State, to hit 60.
Yeah, well, maybe Golden State.
I don't know.
Let me ask you guys this real quick. Do you have anything else on the Rockets Lakers game? Okay. Would you rather see assuming the Lakers make the playoffs as the 8 seed or 7 maybe, would you rather see Warriors Lakers or Warriors Kings in the first
Warriors
round?
Kings.
Warriors Kings. Easy.
No, it's so easy to me because
Yeah.
every game this year that they've played against the Kings has been decided by single digits.
I think the Kings are an actual basketball team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They are far and away better than
Kings.
some
The
teams.
Kings are a team. LA is just in players right
Yeah.
now.
Exactly.
It's kind of rough to watch.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like the Kings have this fantastic chemistry and they've established a winning culture this year.
Mhm.
Right.
The Lakers have no chemistry ever since the AD drama, and that just completely destroyed everything they had built.
Right.
That had
If
started
they win,
to
it's
build.
because Daddy LeBron takes over.
Yeah.
usually.
Right. So the Kings to me are a better team than the Lakers right now.
I agree.
That's statistically and just
That's
My
just
own
my
perspective,
that's my
you're not
opinion.
wrong.
That's my opinion because they just play so much better basketball. You see,
definitely more entertaining to watch.
yeah, they almost beat the Warriors last night. Buddy Hield passed up the game-winning three.
Yeah.
Yeah,
After
I saw
because
that.
he made the deep one, and then there was the Coach Yeager was yelling at him for taking that shot, so he passed it up again. He passed up the same
Right.
shot even though it was open.
Yeah.
It was deep.
That's
It
one
was,
of those
it was like
things where
Curry
it's just
range.
shoot your shot, kid.
Yeah, but then there was the thing was I think he was talking to him about a defensive assignment, a defensive lapse rather than that shot selection. I haven't seen anything about that. They haven't asked him, what were you and Coach talking about? But if that was the case, that he yelled at him for taking the shot, I don't like that. To me, that's not good coaching. Maybe you applaud the shot, but be like, hey, next time,
Yeah. I agree.
maybe look for a better one.
Make the
I'm
right
glad I'm
play.
glad you made the shot,
Yeah.
but try to make the better play next time. But if you have that shot open for the win, take it.
And
If there's nothing else that you see.
Yeah, and I hope the Kings keep building, even if they don't make the playoffs or even if they do and they get swept. I think really great
It'd still be an
teams-
entertaining series.
Exactly, and really great teams like how Golden State was built.
Mm?
They suffered through some tough years,
Yeah,
but they kept their core
Stayed the
together
course.
and they built
they
chemistry.
built. Yeah,
Kings should do
De'Aaron
that.
Fox has been huge. Marvin
Yeah.
Bagley has been great.
He's going to be good. Yeah.
Willie Cauley-Stein has been good. They
They need to
traded for
keep
Harrison
him.
Barnes. Who else is on there?
Buddy.
Bogdanovich, Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
They-
Legit.
great team.
Legit,
Great
yeah.
team. I really like the Kings. They're really fun to watch.
Me too.
So anytime they play a decent team, I might tune in.
Yeah.
I watched the game last night when they played Golden State. I had them both pulled up. It's kind of hard to watch two games at once, but it's fun. What do you think about Bucks and Celtics last night? Did the Bucks win prove to you that
The Bucks
They-
have always in my
they
mind.
can win the East?
Yeah, the Bucks have always in my mind been a tough matchup for the Celtics. Because
Yeah, 7 games last year.
Yeah, 7 games last year, and they never had an answer for Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
They still don't have an answer for Giannis.
I don't think any team right now. has an
Nah,
answer
if you
for
can hold Giannis to under 30, you did a decent
you
job.
can hold them for a play, maybe.
What the
You
Celtics
can block
did though
them. You
is
might
they
just grab it and throw it down in your face.
they played zone last night where they kind of trapped the paint to
Right.
try to
They're
prevent
doing a
him from.
good job,
They did a
but-
good job, but it
He's
still
got
doesn't.
shooters now.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
so good at passing.
That's what
now.
I was explaining to my dad. I watched it with him. I was like, the reason this works is because look, even against this defense, I was pointing him out. You see how they're trying to clog the lane. Look, he's got 4 shooters around him that he can just pass to, and they'll knock him down.
Kind of
So-
reminds me of
Also, Splash Mountain.
I
just love watching him shoot through.
I told my dad about that nickname. He thought it was great. Splash Mountain for
Yeah.
Brook Lopez. What were you gonna say?
It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Dwight Orlando Magic.
Surround him with shooters.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Dwight dominates the paint.
Okay.
Kicks it out if it's not.
Who was
there.
on that team? Was Redick on that team?
Turkoglu,
No.
Rashard Lewis, Michael Petrie, really good shooters.
Yeah, that was a while ago. 2009, right?
Yeah. Not DJ Augustine, Jameer Nelson.
Hmm.
They all could shoot through.
Right.
Really
Yeah,
well.
yeah. That does sound like a similar build-up, but Giannis is
Like-
better than.
Nikola could be Hedo Turkoglu. Michael Petrus is Chris Middleton or
Right,
Rashard Lewis,
right.
something like that. They got long, tall shooters.
Yeah. And then they just have Mirotic made his debut last night. Played well. Oh, kind of. His first game
It'll
coming
take
back
some
from
time.
injury. Yeah, and first game after All-Star break. They looked rusty in that third quarter, and just for the start of the game, it was bad. But it was a fun game. We saw Middleton knock down the
Yeah.
go-ahead 3, and then the Celtics almost won it at the buzzer. But did you see the hold on Markieff Morris that wasn't called or whatever? because he got held by somebody. They didn't call it, and then Kyrie got
Oh,
bumped.
yeah,
Kyrie
they
got
were
bumped
bad.
on his last shot. Yeah, I mean,
Wish-wash. It's
it's
the last
yeah,
play
it's
of
the
game.
refs tend to swallow their whistles on the final
Last.
shot anyway.
Yeah, nothing.
You know, unless it's like blatant. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, fun game. It was painful at times to watch, but it was definitely a fun night of basketball for sure.
Definitely.
I can't wait for the games tonight. DeMar's returned to Toronto.
Yeah, it's supposed to be starting.
Rem-
It'll probably start in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, rematch of what is it? Rematch of Thunder and Jazz. That's gonna be fun. Our Hawks play.
Right.
You
Let's
guys.
go our Hawks.
All right, you guys got anything else? I
No.
think we hit everything. I said everything I
Yeah.
wanted to say.
Luckily, there wasn't much to talk about for All-Star Weekend. As much as I wish there was more to
Right.
talk about.
I thought that was gonna take up more time, but it really didn't.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Though I was like, how much time are we really going to
Yeah.
spend on this? Because
Right, because it wasn't. I mean, it was. Like I said, the things I enjoyed was the actual games.
right.
The
Me
and the
too.
3-point contest, that was fun
Yeah.
too. But some players just underperformed. Like Dame underperformed in that. Seth Curry did. Do you remember when Paul George only had 9 points in the 3-point shootout last year? Yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like and comment. Let us know what you think, and subscribe for more. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Later.